I want to give a big round of applause to Dr. Hemant.
Sorry. It's my humble request and kind request. Please. It's whatever is happening because of two things. First, we have the blessings from the masters. And second thing, because of you. We are nothing, we team as a just mediator. We are just stage performer, nothing else. We are like a anchor, host. We are talking whatever the script is given by the mentors, masters, is they are giving and we are just talking. So please acknowledge your own that you are here. The success and that everything is happening because of you. Please, please, thank you.
Today is Mothering Sunday in the UK. Mothering Sunday. And so it's beautiful. We honor Dr. Mehta, Dr. Keti, the mothers of this place. And then also this amazing creation, Krishna. And I just want to honor his mother on this Mothering Sunday. So although she's not here, let's give Dr. Smita Naram a big round of applause. Hard in any culture, if you're a woman, to create. In a way, I guess I shouldn't say it's hard to create because the nature of Shakti is creation. I don't even know, I guess I'm so magnetic. That's a good idea. So Dr. Naram, he always says if he wrote a book, so the book that I wrote, Ancient Secrets of a Master Healer, a Western Skeptic and Eastern Master, Life's Greatest Secrets. There's a book Gandhi wrote called My Experiments with Truth. Dr. Naram always said if he wrote a book, it would be called My Experiments with Shakti. With Shakti. And it's really beautiful to see so many female practitioners from all over the planet drawn like a magnet to this space today. You know, I just know Dr. Naram would be so happy. He always say, pay attention to how many male clients and how many female clients you have. He's like, if you have 50 male, 50% female, you're doing okay. He's like, if you have 60% female, 40% male, very good. But when you know you're doing really good is if you have 80% female, 20% male. So the fact that the percentages here are approximately like that, it's a very good sign. Because the female creative force on the planet is what is needed now more than ever. Now more than ever. We're in a cocoon of love here in this space of love and deep healing, while the rest of the world is in a whole experience of their own. You know, facing whatever fears, whatever challenges, whatever crumbling of the old so the new can be born. And so what a gift, what an honor, what a responsibility to be here, you know. And I know for each of us, it was miracles that brought you here, that you're not here by accident. Like even just hearing a few of your stories, I'm like, wow. You know, when you're carried like that on the wings of miracles, then you can trust the process. Because sometimes the process is difficult. Sometimes sitting in the clinic until, you know, we'll be here for the next 12 hours. You know, sometimes that, if you're not used to that, it can be a little bit of a challenge, you know, but with Dr. Ram, we'd be here until sometimes 3 a.m., 4 a.m., the hall is still full of people, and he's still full of energy. So instead of in those moments where the challenge comes thinking, oh, I can't do this, or maybe this isn't for me, why not ask a better question? Dr. Ram says the quality of our life depends on the quality of our questions. What secrets did he know to have that much energy, that much enthusiasm, that much presence, that much playfulness, that much joy, and that much service? So if you're asking that question in this space, who knows? You may get an insight that could change your life forever. That your capacity may be greater than you ever realized. That your ability to be present with people and serve people on this planet may be greater than anything you've previously done up until this point which brought you here. So what if? Is it okay? From now on, after today, you have more capacity for vibrant health, unlimited energy, and peace of mind, more capacity to discover what do you want, to achieve that, what do you want, and to enjoy what you've achieved. Dr. I'm always, when I was with the famous Hollywood actress who was reading the book, she said, the reason I love this so much is because these ancient secrets always point you back to yourself. So the question is, what do you want? And sometimes that's such a big question. I was on the bus today with, come on, where are you? Oh, good. Just Mehar from Qatar, and she's like, I still struggle with that. What do I want? I know I'm here. I know I'm supposed to be here, but I'm not quite there yet. I want to know. Okay, so just what do you want today? What do you want today? What do you want your experience to be today? And the divine is you. And you're here as a creative force on the planet. You can co-create with all the forces that are to have your experience today be something amazing. And I want to share just 3 principles Dr. Ram shared that I saw in him that would make it so he's a magnet of miracles. That it doesn't matter if this is your first day at a clinic or you've been here for 25, 35 years. Like today can be a day full of miracles no matter where you are on the path if you follow certain principles. Now in sharing that, I just want to say that coming here today, it's full of emotion for me, like a lot of emotion. Yeah. As we were standing up in the cafe, I remember the very first time I was there, standing there with Alicia, I was standing in the cafe, I'm thinking, what did I do coming here? I just had a big crush on this girl. I didn't even believe in Ayurveda or Siddhaveda. I thought it was crazy, but I just was trying to impress her. And it was a big effort. But then I'm like, okay, I hope this turns out well, because I don't know what I'm doing here. And I remember when Dr. Ram walked that same step, past that beautiful woman, and she's been selling flowers there. She always known Dr. Ram, he'd always do that. Walking past there, when he walked in, the whole room, the whole cafeteria was so noisy, and all of a sudden became silent. As Dr. Ram just basically made eye contact with everyone, you could feel his presence, Just so sweet, so loving. Like Dr. Hemant said, so humble, no ego. And you're like, okay, I don't really, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, I really don't believe in any of whatever's happening here, but I like this person. He's interesting. And I'm curious, what is he doing? Like, what's this crazy thing he's doing? And why is there, like, the whole building packed full of people from all over the planet? Some of the people that were there that day were this interesting doctor, medical doctor from Italy. From England, from Germany, and this beautiful person who'd been studying Ayurveda at a university in Cum. She's from Japan. She was also here that day. Sandhya! Many of your mentors in the 100-day training are also there. Dr. Sarita was there. Dr. Jonas, who you haven't met, and some of the other people from many countries. I'm like, wow, this is interesting. So people can be trained in this? There's a question in my mind because it almost seemed like just Dr. Ram has this magical gift. And I thought maybe only he can do whatever this thing is that I don't even understand, doesn't make any sense to me. But it seems like people at least believe that they can be trained in this. You know, that was as far as I got. So I couldn't really ask Dr. any questions because there's so much stuff happening. But I would go to the other doctors. I go to Dr. Giovanni. I was like, okay, what's happening here? You know? I remember Dr. Jonas. He was eating Hmong soup, and I'm like, what is this thing? What are you eating? And the pieces of kokum were in it. I didn't want to eat that thing, you know?
Yes.
I'm like, for sure, I'm probably not supposed to eat this, right? He's like, no, you can eat everything in here. I was like, really? And he told me the Hmong, and he described to me the benefits of Hmong. And I always remember, you know, it's like the first time someone explained to me, Hmong soup, and I had no idea. So much of my life would be talking about Hmong soup. Everywhere I go, people want to talk about Hmong soup. But the cool thing is now, even friends or family, whenever I go there, they always have Hmong soup for me, which is good. We're paving the roads with Hmong soup. So Hmong soup, and then, you know, so many other things happen there, and like, you know, that was also a really emotional day because I realized, oh man, this Alicia doesn't really like me. I mean, it's more like, why am I here again? I don't believe in this, and this woman who I'm trying to impress, it's not working at all. You know, like a whole conflict of emotions, and by the end of the day, you know, just like having the worst headache in the world, and seeing Dr. Ram go to like, he says, I want to speak with you, please. I think you're here for a reason. I was like, I don't know what that would be. Because it does not seem like a good idea for this moment in time. So he's like, no, please, afterwards, please, come, meet me. So then I'm like, okay, I'll wait until the end of the day. But I didn't know the end of the day was like the morning. So by the time that he was free, actually was like 1 a.m. And by then I was pissed off, upset, and I had the worst headache. And, you know, in the TEDx talk that I gave and in the book, that's actually where he's like, oh, something's wrong. I was like, yeah. But I didn't want to tell him, like, I have a broken heart, I'm upset, I'm frustrated, I'm angry, my body's uncomfortable, my emotions are uncomfortable, my mind is frustrated. Like, there's so much going on. He's like, oh, you know what your remedy is going to be? And I'm expecting some really mystical herb or, you know, some beautiful tea. He's like, yeah. I'm like, yes, I would like, thank you. I would like some remedy. He's like, well, when does your head hurt? That's when I discovered there are different kinds of headaches. I had no idea. I just thought there's headache. You know, so then he showed me the different kinds of headaches, and he says, your remedy is onion rings. Onion rings!
Yummy.
And I thought I liked him before. But then at this beautiful cafe, Swat Shakti, is where Chef Manoj, who you'll get a chance to meet, we have a cooking lesson with him, I think, in a few days. Chef Manoj, he cooked up some onion pakoda. I'm there, I don't know if it's going to work or not, but this is an experiment I want to try. And the intensity of the headache all day, growing, and then in like minutes, just feeling it melt through out of my body. You know, and then all of a sudden, like, this awe took its place, this wonder of what's going on here. You know, how's this a remedy?
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, he has a lot of enthusiasm, this beautiful, cute, I just thought he's so short and like bubbly. And, but then he gave me something, took away my pain. You know, it alleviated my pain so quickly and easily and deliciously. I was like, wow, I must be missing something. You know, so then asking him, what happened? Tell me more. And that's when he says, oh, Clint, you remind me of myself, a lot of myself when I was younger. Like, really? I was feeling like pretty proud of that. That's when he's like, oh yeah, I was also so messed up and confused. I thought I was just getting rejection from one boy. I must be a magnet of this experience right now. Look how when Dr. Pranav was standing up here, doesn't he look like a young Pankaj?
Yeah.
Hey, Pranav, just stand up. Imagine Dr. Naram when he's young and started. And I can see in Dr. Pranav, he's an innovator. You know, he wants to take the ancient secrets and make it so people today can use them. And Dr. Naram was so much this way, but he also saw keeping it in the purity of the system. He says, my responsibility is take the ancient secrets, like Dr. Emmon so beautifully, so humbly said. Like, we're a messenger of this message, you know? Dr. Rama, he would say it two ways. He says, I'm a postman. I deliver the mail from the ancient world. But he also says, I'm a conveyor belt. A conveyor belt. I want to deliver the ancient secrets as they are, so it can benefit people. I also say, I'm a midwife. Say, this Mothering Sunday. I help you deliver your own baby. You know, and I'm very conscious in this space as well. Another thing that is bring a lot of emotions, you know. The last time that I was here actually was in the book you read about how Miracle Milo shows up. You know, and like right at the moment where Dr. had left his body, and after the prayer service, and I felt like I don't know if I was going to continue with this path after 10 years of traveling with him. 10 years of discovering everything is a medicine or poison, depending on how you use it. 10 years of going literally all over the planet and documenting thousands of cases. Just getting ready to launch the book. Christian and I were in a room with Dr. Naram before he left for Kathmandu and then Dubai. He said, here's 27 challenges the world is going to face. And we went through them one by one. And how can ancient secrets help? I felt so confident this man is on the planet. So much in my mind and my heart, like, someone's got it taken care of, you know? I almost went in autopilot, just like feeling so comfortable. You know, and then the surprise of just realizing that his time in his body, that he was about to graduate from his body and move into another space. You know, and in that the sadness and the confusion, and meeting that miracle dog, you know, Milo, and the next morning, and just having him as I was walking through Royal Palms before I came. Yesterday morning, I was walking through Royal Palms, same place where Milo first showed up. You know, just remembering how he showed up, and I'm so confused and angry again. You know, so much cloud, and just the mystical nature of this dog following me all around, trying to feed him. He doesn't want the food. You know, and just then all of a sudden remembering lots of secrets that I was too thick to understand at the time. But just the dawn, the awareness of it. Just from being in the proximity of the healing and the lessons. So many times I was focused on thinking I needed to learn something else, but Dr. Ram was saying, no, pay attention to this thing, please. You know, then all of a sudden remembering, I remember Krishna, if you remember when I called him, I'm like, he did it! He passed it on! I was so excited, because I realized that the most critical secrets, he passed on in such a way that they will live on this planet they've been here for thousands of years, they will be here for thousands of years. Why? Because they work. And this miracle dog was the one that brought me from the depression into the love. You know, that's why we call him Milo. I found him when I was at Milo, brought me in my love. And then one of the last times I was at the clinic was when I brought Milo. The Uber the next day, it's a street dog. What am I going to do? He jumps on my lap for 45 minutes, drives with me to the clinic. First of all, shows up, same place you guys just showed up today. I'm like a little bit nervous, a street dog, but people bring all their animals here as well, you know? Ancient Secrets work for animals as well. So when I walked up there, he went straight to the cabin of Dr. Naram. People saw the Facebook Live we had done before, many of the staff here. So one of the staff opened the door, he went straight into the office, looked at the picture of Dr. Naram with the Dalai Lama, and sat down right on the floor. Wow. And then all the staff came in, I was doing another Facebook Live, and people were just in tears, you know? Just the healing that comes in that space, the pure reflection. People say dog, if you spell it backwards, is God. You know, pure reflection of love, of innocence, of possibility. And in this ancient system, ancient secrets, there's so much more to it than that. And in that clinic, I just said right next to where Milo was sitting, I said, as many of the staff came to see and take pictures with Milo, the whole experience renewed a sense of awe and wonder in all of us. Soon after, I closed the doors to the office, and Mina, my friend Milo, and I sat there for a while. Mina and I closed our eyes to meditate, and in the silence, a memory came of one of my first times in that room from 10 years ago, when I first visited India with Alicia. Right next to where Milo was now sitting, Dr. Ram pulled me aside out of the crowd of people who were waiting. I thought it was strange that he had singled me out to talk to, so curiously I listened and he spoke. I don't know why, Clint, but I believe in you. He paused. Perhaps there is a reason you are here. Perhaps there's a reason you are here. I have a strong feeling you will do something great in your life, that you will be successful in doing the things that you want to do. With his hand on my arm, he looked in my eyes and said, the main question is, what do you want? As this memory came, a big smile spread across my face, breaking up the stream of tears flowing down my cheeks. And that is the question, dear one, that I'll leave with you now. What do you want? What do you want? Milo's no longer in our lives. A few months ago, he left Krishna and Smita's house and just disappeared. We don't know where he went. Maybe he went to visit another boy that needed help like me, like Pete's Dragon or something like that. Or maybe his time on this earth was complete. But yesterday morning when I arrived, I was in the sadness. I cried basically the whole taxi ride, just missing this gift, you know? Just a pure reflection of love and the miracle that I needed in that moment. And remembering just the honor, I didn't need a leash most of the times. You just walked with me as the monkeys appeared the day before the book was published and so many things. And I was thinking, what an honor to walk with the reflection of a miracle, you know? And then when I arrived at the place with that sadness in my heart, and Dr. Heman welcomed me, and then all the applause and just the tears were coming down, and it just struck me that when I'm with each of you, it's that same thing. And as you're with each other, you're walking with the reflection of a miracle. There's no accident that you're here today. Miracles brought you here, and you can trust that you're here for a reason. And the question is, what do you want today? What do you want today? So just in 1 minute, I want you to go to the person next to you and just share, what do you want today? So you just match up if you need a 2s or 3s. What do you want from today? What do you want?
That's easy.
Shut your own mind down well, I want
Like, it wasn't just like I bought a plane ticket and paid. It was like, if you was on
embody.
Yeah, to embody it.
Yeah, to embody.
Yeah, so to get more clarity on this, what is this ancient secrets healing system?
Yeah, and express it to the connecting to the theoretical knowledge.
Connect theory with practice
Yeah,
and
exactly.
embody it.
Embody, exactly.
So beautiful. Yeah, please, Anka, Dr. Anka.
I want to know the truth about healing disease because I'm a medical doctor for more than 20 years, and I'm fed up with the confusion. The modern medicine is developed, so the more a certain industry is evolving, the more confusion is put on the practitioners in such a way that in the end you ask yourself, why did I learn so much if there are so many diseases which are incurable? So I want to know the truth. Doctors are intelligent people, they are educated people, so they deserve the truth. So I want to know the truth about healing.
Let's give her a big round of applause. Dr. Mehta, Dr. Ketki, Dr. Ronak, this is so beautiful here. It's so beautiful. Dr. Anka, she's saying she wants to know the truth of healing. She says so many doctors, they're not only intelligent, but good heart. They go into it to want to help people.
They are fooled actually.
But why learn so much if there's so many things that are incurable? Yeah. So she wants to know the truth of healing today. Really powerful. Really beautiful. Thank you, Dr. Anka. Yeah, amazing, huh? So beautiful. Anyone else want to share? Yeah, please. Elena? Yeah. So I want everyone to be able to hear this part. I love that you connected so beautifully. It's so good. Please, Helena.
Yeah, I had the same thing as you, Mary. Yeah, that's when I never knew what you want. I was thought, okay, let's pass that. Let's do the rest. And when you asked her what you want today, I was like, oh, I still don't know. But when she looked into my eyes and she said, what do you want? Then it burst through and I just said, I want to learn to take the cross. And I said, it's so strong, it's such a strong dream, it's so strong intensity that I didn't allow myself to even feel that. It's not that I don't know it, I don't allow myself to feel what I want to, yeah. And so, thank you, that was really beautiful to feel that.
Beautiful. Did you notice how it's hard to know it, but when someone asks us with so much open heart, it's like one of the greatest gifts we can also give others is asking very good questions. When you ask questions, then it brings out of people something maybe in that space they didn't even realize. Really beautiful. Joseph, what do you want today?
Today, like, I want to perfect pulse reading in a way that I that I'm able to go deeper into like the other person's life and know a lot about it. So it's something that I feel like it's
Beautiful. Let's give a big round of applause. It is such a gift to learn the way that you've learned. Like, I didn't learn this way. Most people didn't. The way that Dr. Hema and Dr. Smita, Dr. Ronak, the way they package this experience, like, hit the ground running, and day 2, you're at the clinic. It's so cool. Where theory becomes practice, like David so powerfully said. You begin to embody it. It's like learning another language. So also be gentle on yourself. And so, is it okay if I share 3 principles I saw in Dr. Naram? That it doesn't matter how far you are on the path, today will be an amazing day. Because also none of us know how many days of life we have in the body. You know? There's a beautiful woman from Poland when we did the first, because of Milo, we did the first miracle experiment game. And she was part of the first miracle experiment game. She had met Dr. Ram in Berlin. And he gave her a ring, her and her mom. And she joined the miracle experiment game, was missing him so much. And so many other people in that experience started having dreams or visitations where Dr. Ram appeared. And she's like, I haven't had a miracle yet. And so she had an intention at night. She put the ring in a candle. She says, please, can you visit me tonight in my dreams? And that morning she woke up, she's like, he arrived. He came. And she didn't know what the dream meant, but she saw, she was in a room, there was actually a table right there. Actually, in my bag, right next to you, Sandia, there, if you can open up the zipper, the last zipper towards the back, and pull out, there's a big, like, rectangular book. So on the table, she saw there was all these books, coloring books. And one of them had a bunch of rainbows, and some of the rainbows were colored in. Yeah, good. If you can actually just in a minute, Sandia, I'll get that. So she colored in a lot of the rainbows. She had seen a lot of the rainbows colored in, and she understood somehow that Dr. Ram had colored those rainbows in, but that there was a lot more rainbows left to color in. And he was busy, but she just felt that connection. And when she woke up, she's like, what does that even mean? She was confused. She thought somehow it was tied to the orphan kids that we were supporting, many things. And then she went into meditation, and all of a sudden this quote came. Her name is Maya, and the quote was from Maya Angelou. And the quote is this. It says, be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. You can be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. And in that moment, she thought that's a good description of Dr. Naram. A lot of people came with their cloud, their pain, their frustration, their incurable diseases. And he was the rainbow. He provided solutions that they couldn't see anywhere. And then she also understood something else. She understood that there was many rainbows left to be colored in. And that he was giving her this opportunity to also be a rainbow in people's clouds.
That's cool.
You know? And it's so beautiful. At the orphan home, you guys know Holy, where all the colors get thrown? Heidi, Aiden, and Carol Ray worked so hard on creating a coloring book. You can pass this up. And so with the orphan kids, we had a chance to write down, each of them had a chance to write down, what do they want? And it was beautiful. These kids that we connected with, they're writing things like, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a dancer, I want to be a doctor. But lots of them wrote things like, I want to be happy. And one of them wrote, I want to be a good person. Like, okay, you got that one. Rajani was there too when the coloring books were handed out, and also Kyle, and I don't know, Sarah's not here right now. Giovanni was there. It was so fun because the whole book, it takes them through, what do you want? You want to be a paleontologist? Super. And then there's this picture of Dr. Ram with the kids, the dinosaurs. At the last 2-year certification course with Dr. Ram, we were doing an experiment to raise money for these orphan kids. One little German boy, he gave 100% of his money for the kids. And you've heard this story, but he also gave his dinosaurs. So we had a chance to give the dinosaurs. Then what else do you want to be? You want to be a marine biologist? Do you want to be an astronaut and go into space? Or do you want to be a veterinarian and help animals? And then all the pictures of Dr. Ram with the animals. And it was so fun when the little kids came to the part, with the tigers and with all the animals. The little kids came to the part where it's about Dr. Giovanni. They got so excited. They looked at him and they're like, It was so fun about the bees. And then Milo, Aditi Devabawa. Today many Aditi Devabawas will come. How do you treat that guest? Every guest that comes, how do you treat them as the divine? That's one of the secrets of Siddha Veda. Dr. Ram says, I'm not a great healer blessing people that come to me with my greatness. No, they're giving me a favor. I get to do my seva. And everyone who comes, how do you see the divine in them? Even if you don't know all the methods of how to clean the temple, you can do this today. So the very first secret that I wanted to share with you along the lines is presence. Dr. Ram is so present. How present can you be with each person who comes? Not distracted with the thoughts in your mind about, okay, now, Ojas, what was that again? How do I do that? If you're too much in your mind, you can't be with the person. You'll get all that other stuff, but you'll get it faster if you connect eye to eye, heart to heart. Present. Very present. So, Aditi Dababa.
Give an example of the presence of the divine.
Please. Yeah.